right, so I want to address this concept that I keep hearing about. So in Deuteronomy 23:2, it says, "A bastard shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord. Even into his 10th generation shall he not enter into the congregation." So I keep hearing that this bastard that you see, that it's a child of incest. I haven't seen anything in the scriptures that supports that. What I have seen is this, where, let me show you. I think it's here. Yeah. So when you come to the blue letter and look up the word, it says child of incest, but when you look up in the Strongs, you don't see that. And then there's information in the Strongs that's not in the blue letter. I'm showing this because you have to be careful with coming to these lexicons. So, for example, when a Christian is asked, what is a Gentile? Like basically the definition, what they're going to do is go and run to one of these, not knowing that the Gentiles are defined in the book. What they tend to do is usurp the lexicon above the scripture. When you don't know what's going on in these lexicons, where did this come from? Okay. This is closer to home, but it's a specific illegitimacy, and that's what I'm going to cover. I'm not it's Jewish, and that's where you have to be careful with this, because it's using Jewish for one, and then second, let's say it is an actual Israelite, any tribe, not just Jews. You know that you're of the seed of your father. So this portion is complete and utter nonsense. So you need to know that before running directly to these lexicons, right? So getting back to it, a bastard shall not enter. So we've seen, the blue letter, the Strongs. Let's see what the the scriptures say. So this is Deuteronomy, obviously, 23:2. The same book gets you on the right path at understanding this bastard. It's chapter 8. Let me make sure I show you, because man, it's your doctrine. Chapter 8, starting at verse 5, it says, "You shall also consider in your heart that," key point, "as a man chastens his son, so the Lord thy God chastens you. Therefore, you shall keep the commandments of the Lord thy God to walk in his ways and to fear him." So this is talking about the chastening of a son. But this son is being chastened with the commandments. That's why you have the therefore is continuing, okay? That's this chastening, which is making these Israelites the son. It's not just, oh, you're just the seed of Israel. It's a two-part to that. So that's the first thing you need to understand with these sons and this bastard here, because it is tied in closer to this illegitimacy. This portion is true, but it's spiritual, illegitimate children. So now as we go to Hebrews, let me show you 12, starting at verse 6, it says, "For whom the Lord loves, he chastens." There's that word again, chastens, "and scourges every son whom he receives." That's the context. We're dealing with son and chastening again, just like we saw right here in Deuteronomy. You're accounted for as sons, right? Verse 7, "If you endure chastening," the same chastening which is defined as keeping the commandments, God deals with you as his son. Very simple. For what the Son is, he whom the Father chastens not. But if you be without chastening, contrary to keeping commandments, whereof all are partakers, then are you bastards and not sons. So that's what this is saying in a nutshell. So when you go back to the beginning, a bastard shall not enter. Well, of course, if you're not keeping commandments, why should you enter into the congregation? That's the context of this. It has nothing to do with incest. So this is inaccurate. This is completely inaccurate. Also, as we go back, I want to deal with that too. I've seen somebody stretch this and include this, verse 3. An Ammonite and a Moabite shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord, even to their 10th generation shall they not enter into the congregation of the Lord forever. So they've tried. I've seen someone try to, because these two nations, Moab and Ammon, were created from incest, they're trying to redefine this bastard. They're trying to link it and make them as, bastards. The problem with that is that when does it end? Because this entire paragraph is going into different topics. So the first sentence, that is, he who is wounded in the stones. Now this is another subject, or has his privy member cut off. Okay, like a eunuch. This paragraph is all over the place. So you can't just decide what to link and what not to link, because you really want to understand this bastard word without using any precepts, and you want to just stick to this blue letter Bible. That's what's causing, from what it looks like, error. It's causing error. Think something that I'm saying or actually showing is an error, with all due, drop it in the comments. But that's all I have for now, as it is written, and I'm out.